Good evening. I'm very much saddened with the developments in Zambia. The arrest of Brian Mundubile, or rather the detention and the questioning of Brian Mundubile, it's a sad development. It tells me that Hakainde Chilema is fighting hard to crush PF that was prophesied to replace him. I want to repeat that PF shall be restored. I don't know which way, but my God has never lied to me. If Brian Mundubile is the PF restoration, let it be. But I'm expecting Brian Mundubile to seek the effort of protection from God. I'm simply sympathizing with Zambians. If Zambians, they are not aware that what they are going through is because of rejection of visions and dreams, they must understand now. Because last year, in the midst of last year, if it's not July, somewhere there, July, September, somewhere there, where I had a dream that Hakainde Chilema was being replaced by Kavesha Muliro. And the replacement, the name of Hakainde Chilema was Terror Everywhere. This is the terror. Everyone who is linked to PF has to be arrested. And the detention of Mundubile is a sign that they are still looking at what kind of a case they can create to find him guilty. And when I looked at the videos which were been circulating on the social media, where Mundubile is at police station, surrounded by his supporters, and the police were not charging him, that he was waiting for questioning, it shows that there is terror everywhere in Zambia. You see, sometimes I may think that it is wrong. It may work both sides. One, Hakainde Chilema, he has failed to fulfill his promises. Hakainde Chilema promised people that immediately when he's sworn in by 8 hours, come 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock, maize will be reduced, maize meal will reduce to 50 kwacha. But that has never happened. Maize has gone beyond 400. He promised people that electricity, you make means even putting solar to replace electricity. But I'm told Zambia has the longest load shedding. Even during the night, there is load shedding. Maybe people have only few hours of electricity at night. I hear now towards the elections, 1 year or maybe 6 months before the elections, electricity now is available at a higher charge, which is the difference is the same. It's the same like there's no electricity because people cannot afford to have that kind of electricity. What has gone wrong with Zambia what has gone wrong with Zambians. God has been speaking to say a partnership with the Vatican is economical slavery. This is a church that pretends to be a good Samaritan by helping the needy, but it's a church that is a sellout of our natural resources. If Catholic can come out of its pretense and tell the people the truth that Catholic does not conduct crusades in order to have followers, Catholic simply distributes food to the need and the church is filled. Catholic has more than 1 billion members across the globe. And in Zambia, it has the largest followers because people want food, not the gospel. And this poverty that Zambia is faced with is created by the same Catholic, the Vatican, that associate with itself with political powers, not to benefit the citizen, but to suck the natural resources. This was revealed to me in a vision. And whenever you see a president that is supported by the Catholic Church, you must know that that president is not different from Hakainde Chilem. If Mundubile is supported by the Catholic Church, you must know that when he goes into State House, he cannot change anything. Any president that associates himself with the church, when we say the church, we are talking about Catholic Church. Perhaps you may add the Methodist, because when they see that you know that Catholic is the one on the drive, they would use Methodist. They would use this other United Church of Zambia. They would do maneuver because Catholic is a universal. I'm not preaching against Catholic, but I'm simply exposing the secret agenda of the Vatican to rule Africa using the church. This is the reason why we find that other people today, they talk very negative about Jesus Christ, because most big churches have not presented Jesus Christ in his actual ministry. They have used Jesus Christ to betray the rights of people to ownership of natural resources. Today we are looking at Jesus Christ as a manufacturer of poverty. And you find that when Christians are given flash funds from political leaders, they tend to praise wrongdoing against the Muslim people, painting them as devils and them as better than the Muslim people. I want to tell you to say Muslim is better than Christianity. Why? If you are arrested as a Muslim, you go into prison, the Muslim people, they'll follow you there, regardless whether you are guilty or not. They'll follow you there and make sure that you eat the best food as a human being. If a Christian is arrested, all Christians, they'll distance themselves from a person who is arrested. They'll never come near a person who is arrested. Why? Because they have instant judgment. They don't associate themselves with sinners. Today, Muslim Ibrahim Traoré, he has stood and sacrificed his life to defend African resources, to show us as Africans that we have an identity. We own our land. we own our resources, and that people must not remain in poverty. But alas, people like Hakainde Hichilema, those who are educated for nothing, they can't even listen to God, they can't even understand the politics, they can't even see that God has been speaking to them before they became president. They still want to make us to believe a lie that democracy will improve anything in Zambia. It hurts me. Why can't Africans learn from Ibrahim Traoré that Africa can stand on its own? These politics of arresting one another, of accusing one another must come to an end in Africa. But they cannot end as long as European Union gave Hakainde Hichilema money to fight corruption. As long as America gave Hakainde Hichilema money to fight corruption, no one who wants to save Zambia without making an agreement with the Catholic Church, without making an agreement with America, without making an agreement with Britain or the late Queen Elizabeth, who owns the land of Africa. We are just sitting on a rented land. That's why we are paying land rates. It's not our land. That's why our president, they cannot think, they cannot control on their own. They are told what to do. Why arresting everyone else? Kashibaga Mbili was arrested. Godfrey Mwamba was arrested. Who is this one? This police officer who is now in detention on false allegation, and Charity Katanga also arrested. I'm trying to think of this, is it Budons or so ever, that very much staunch PF, even the Secretary General, Nakachinda, behind the bars. What crime have they committed which UPND has not committed? Even Hakainde himself has not committed. I've not seen a vision of Hakainde Hichilema in the grave, but I saw Hakainde Hichilema alone in his room. And he told me to say, no, we are fighting over land. They are claiming the land at the back of my house, that this is a stolen land. There are two dreams where Hakainde Hichilema, the first one that I saw, that his house at the back, which was not fully furnished, there was no plaster by the entrance of the kitchen door, which I overheard the wife saying that no, the PF broke my kitchen and so forth when they wanted to arrest my husband. I don't know whether it was referring to that. I'm not too sure. But the other dream that I saw, in the similar manner, when I told Chiluba that they will arrest you, I saw Chiluba seated on the floor, listening to a radio, spoke in my mother tongue, Changani or Tsonga. So I talked to Chiluba in Changani. I was so shocked. But the following morning, I was at his doorstep and told him to say, Chiluba, they will arrest you. He arrested me. Ordered for my arrest through Emmanuel Mwamba. Ask Emmanuel Mwamba, he will tell you. I spent 4 days, 4 nights in Woodlands Police because of these visions and dreams. But it never took time. On the same date the 4th May 2002, 4th May 2004, Chiluba was declared a thief through a London High Court, which transmitted the judgment to the High Court in Zambia through satellite. Everything that God revealed to me comes to pass. And now this vision that I saw Hakainde Chilema holding the rope, I don't know what, the kind of chain of those old ones that maybe they can be found in mines, with a stool controlling traffic coming from his house. That to me signified that Hakainde Chilema has a tough time ahead of him. And today, the vision that I had on Hakainde Chilema of when I was called to be in a secret meeting in a nice long building that may equal like Mlungush. Mlungush Center. When I went, Mlungush, is it Conference Center? It has been long that I've been in Zambia, so I'm tending to forget some of these names. So I want to say that when I entered inside there, I found the UPND, they are saying, let us choose someone to replace Hakainde Chilema. I said, what? Why are you replacing Hakainde Chilema? No, he may not make it. So the name which was proposed, Muliro Kabesh. Then I wanted to say, a public servant being chosen to hold a political position. Then I heard the word saying, terror everywhere. So Zambia, brace yourself for terror. Terror everywhere. I never thought Hakainde Chilema can detain Brian Mundubile as he did to Lungu. Today, the government is spreading rumors that Lungu was killed. We need a DNA. They are spreading rumors. The family of Lungu, they are no longer in South Africa. They've run away. They are spreading rumors. Makebi Zulu must be arrested. He is answerable of the whereabouts of Lungu's body. Terror everywhere. Terror everywhere. How can a president challenge the barrier of a former president in a country of his choice? He chose it because before he died, he sneaked out using a Zimbabwean passport to come into South Africa, meaning that because he refused him to go to attend to attend to his medical conditions. Otherwise, looking at that statement, the one who killed Lungu is Hakainde Chilema. By denying someone access to medical checkup, by delaying someone to go to the hospital, you know very well that today's people, they are living on tablets as food. And the food is medicine. When you deny someone the tablet at the right time, today a person dies. So when Hakainde Chilema denied Lungu to come to attend for his medical attention, that denial is the one who killed Lungu. Terror everywhere. If Mundubile was also rushing for medical checkup, the delayment that can be caused for him to attend medical checkup places his life in danger. People are living on tablets every day. And this is the reason why most of the people, they tend to forget that there's a power of God who can heal, because they realize that without drinking a tablet at a certain prescribed time, they risk death. So my appeal to Zambians who are listening is that go on your knees and pray to God. Ask God to intervene, not only in Zambia, but in Africa. Because Africa calls a fellow black man as a foreigner. Africa has been colonized in the mind. That's the reason why we are fighting each other. Today, one would call someone a foreigner without knowing and understanding that there was no border here from Cairo to whatsoever. From South Africa to Cairo, no borders. But today, a South African seeing a Mozambican, they say is a foreigner. Seeing a Zimbabwean is a foreigner. A Namibia resident comes in South Africa as a foreigner. Botswana is a foreigner. Even Eswatini within South Africa, you enter there, you are a foreigner. This is where the white colonial masters have defeated our thinking. Look, the broad churches, whenever you disagree with the pastor, you have a right to open your own church. The same applies to politics. Whenever you disagree with the president, you open your own political party. And who funds these political parties? To citizens who doesn't know, I want to tell you this. If I open a political party today, America will fund me. They'll give me money for my campaign, for me to register. They'll give me. And what is it that most of the people are doing? They open political parties, they campaign here and there, and they don't spend the money that they are given. They'll just campaign using newspapers, maybe a rally in their locality, so that they just have maybe 1,000 people to present there at the court to sign in as a candidate. But the main purpose is those donor funds, not to save the people of Zambia. If there was no money that was given, no one was going to run a political party single-handed. So now, because of these divisions, we are controlled. No one is free to speak the truth, because the truth calls for your life. I've been following Mhlanga Commission, which I said cross currents, where the police officers, they are caught red-handed with their SMSs. You report a case at the police, you are reporting to a person who is paid by a drug dealer. Immediately you say, I saw Kat Matala doing ABCD. That same police officer will give the numbers to the hitman, so that before the court hears your case, you are gone. This is the world which we are living in. My prayer is that South Africa must pray. Zimbabwe must pray. Zambia must pray. Botswana must pray. Rwanda must pray. Burkina Faso must pray. Niger, Mali, they must pray. That Africa must unite. When Africa unites, we will love one another. These arrests, these allegations, these court issues where people are being arrested, the innocent, they are framed. But those who create all these atrocities that we are going through, the poverty, the drugs that are found in our homes, the drugs that are being distributed to our children, they are not arrested. The people who want to stand for justice, they are framed, they are arrested, and they are blocked from being presidents because they want corrupt people to be running the government. Because when you are corrupt like Hakainde, you take orders from Donald Trump. Even when you know that Donald Trump is a murderer, is killing people at his will, and he says, I've killed all the leadership in Iran. A president says, I've killed all the leadership in Iran, and you still say he's a president. You still go on with him. You still have deals with America instead for you to protest against him. Any president who has any relationship with Donald Trump, any private agreement, or receiving money for patients of HIV, I want to say that those who are sick of HIV, I'll pray for them and they'll be healed. Once they denied the money from America, because the money from America is a blood money. Why should Africa be told that HIV cannot be healed? It's my prayer to you who is listening now to say, my God is angry with Hakainde Chilema. Among all the presidents in the world, God has spoken to Hakainde Chilema more than 1,000 times. And he was supposed to stand and defend this ministry. I was not supposed to remain in exile. I was not supposed to remain without freedom of expression, freedom of worshiping through visions and dreams, because they frame the true doctrine. Even when I can put aside the Bible, because even I had the dream which told me to say, it's not a Bible, it's a book of truth. It was inspired. Even when it was inspired, there are a lot of other things that were not inspired that the world is using against us. And that is the reason why Christ says, I'll send you prophets. And blessed is the one that shall receive a prophet in the name of the prophet. You are blessed if you have received this word of warning. May God bless you. Amen.